Alright guys, this is the 4-month update studying Mandarin. Hope there's not too much wind noise. So things are progressing really well. Basically started reading some simple children's books, which is awesome. There's a really nice series by the Imagine 8 Press, which has the Sun Wukong story. They have like 10 or 12 books. I think it's obviously a little bit simplified down from the original, and but it's cool because I think they say that it's like HSK4 vocabulary, which is not very much. I think even HSK6 is only 6,000 words, which is not going to be even close to being enough. But and then and reading in the Kindle is really nice because you can just look up the definition. I would love to be able to get monolingual dictionaries on the Kindle because I did start the monolingual transition, and it's kind of hard to count sentence cards in Anki because I have about 500, but there's all the suspended cards are still in the deck, and that's mixed with all the other cards and stuff. So probably not a good metric. The link is about 700 known words. I think that's probably a better metric because, and then also because the retirement interval basically suspends cards, puts them in the same deck, and then you can't like count them as easily. Anyway, but the monolingual transition, I decided to do it a little bit early. Thing is, these aren't monolingual learners dictionaries, they're just monolingual dictionaries, and a lot of definitions are just literally rare synonyms. They're just rare, like they're literally one word definitions, like with a period, then another one word. So in that sense, you're almost just having to make bilingual sentence cards for rare words. There is one of the dictionaries gives a little bit longer, more technical definitions. I just have the two monolingual dictionaries. But I think the goal for the 6-month mark is basically to understand 50% of monolingual definitions. I'm at 25% now, where I could just read any definition, understand it roughly. I think I'll probably crush that 50% goal in the next 2 months, but I'm just trying to be a little conservative. If I could do the monolingual transition over the next 4 months, that would be awesome. I definitely see the benefit to it. And let's talk about immersion. So reading those books is a big part of the immersion, and a lot of times, even at work, I do try to listen to podcasts if I can. Which mainly I'm listening to the SBS Mandarin, which is the kind of Australian news, but they speak very standard Mandarin. It's quite fast. That one's not very comprehensible, but it's getting better. And the thing that I really like is the Bear Talk podcast, where the guy, he has separate videos where he speaks Mandarin, and he does like about half hour to hour book reviews on a lot of these books. A lot of them are like, business and self-help books, and you can just go to the Mandarin podcast where he speaks natively. He also does English, and those are really nice to repetitively listen to. I'm picking out constantly words in my immersion that I've either read or added to Anki. Definitely it's going to be definitely a long process, but that's been enjoyable. And there's a few bilingual podcasts that I don't recommend. I'm just finishing them up for the sake of grammar. That I love learning Chinese. That one, what's really cool is when I was first listening to it, couldn't understand any of the dialogues, and even as they're supposed to get harder in unit or chapter 4, 5, 6. It's supposed to get harder, but my level of comprehension outpaced the difficulty level of that podcast, which basically they just talked in Chinese and then they translate in English. It's kind of not ideal, obviously, but then they have little dialogues and little stories at the end too. So that one, it's 6 units. That one's just kind of like whenever I kind of don't feel like when I'm kind of tired to really immerse. That one is just kind of good. The point of learning the grammar is really you're going to learn that through immersion and through through listening and reading. So so basically I think the plan right now is to I'm gonna continue reading those books. I do have a couple of books that Luke Truman recommended that are one is the Little Prince That one, it's weird because the other thing is a lot of audio immersion is certain books that I like. One of Little Prince, but then also some business books on YouTube that have the Mandarin version. I've been doing that. But that's weird because the Little Prince audio versions that you can find on YouTube, they're actually like much. I can understand the audio better than the Little Prince book that I got from that website. It seems like it has harder language, and I think there's different versions. I don't know, but I think in about a month I'll be ready to read that Little Prince and then also that other famous Chinese book. So, but these children's stories are really nice because they basically have like 20% unknown words when you put them in link, and they're harder than the Mandarin companions. So that one, within a month or two, I basically just burned through that. Those are, even the level 2 are basically slightly easier than all these. So Mandarin companion, I think it's good to do within your first month or two, and if you could just make it through that. There was really a short period where it's kind of vague, the grammar's kind of weird, but you just get through it. It's definitely worth it. I think it's going to be all about vocabulary, and I'm going to take that slow, but I'm really enjoying immersion right now. So we're in one of the beaches in Jeju here. They say it's warm enough to swim, the beginning of July here, and that's the beginning of their swimming season. Nobody's swimming in this beach, but I will be, if not in this one, in another one. And let's find some coffee. It's early in the morning here. So I hope everyone is having a great day and have a great 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Have fun with friends, family, and good luck in your language learning.